Hey guys, how you doing? How's the family? Good, good. Today's not really gonna be a reaction or anything like that. I wanted to talk to you guys about information that I have no idea how to talk about because I just think it's important, so I'm not gonna think about it too much, and I'm just gonna tell you because I feel like that it must be happening everywhere, all over the US. And I don't want people to fall for it anymore. But there's a company going around. I don't know if I could use the company's name, but let's just say it sounds like and it's a very unknown company. It's a big old question mark on the face of the internet. It says that it's some translation company, but something about their site just doesn't feel right. It looks weird. Let me get into context why. So a friend of mine got a job working for this company, and they basically told my friend that they would pay a very good wage for, you know, hourly work for the next 2 weeks. All they had to do was be a PA. I know how much PAs make, and it was a really good wage for a PA. So cool. My homie was doing it. Now, my friend let me know that there were opportunities for me to possibly make a little bit of cash. And of course, I'm down. So when I go in, I'm very privy to reading contracts. And when I was reading the contract that I was handed, it was really fucking scary. And as I continued to read the contract that I did not sign, I didn't get paid, and I walked out after I read the contract. Had to do with some very big names as proprietors, as people who would receive all of these details that you would be giving them. I start reading it, and it's about deepfakes. Now, if you guys don't know what deepfakes are, deepfakes are a way to alter a video and make it look like there's a person talking and saying something that they aren't. This video right now, at a certain point, would not be trusted anymore, because someone could say that this video right now that you're watching of me is a deepfake. And it's not my voice, it's actually a random person typing it up in a computer, making it happen. Is it the future? Yes. Are we in it? Yeah. So that's a deepfake. Now you can make someone with, as long as you have all of their information, all of their photos. For example, celebrities, they get photos taken from every angle. They get paid to be, to speak. So they are recorded in everywhere speaking. So you have samples of their voices everywhere. So they are the first people that get targeted for deepfakes. And you can make deepfakes of them doing anything, literally anything. Let's get dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Also, let's get political, because can you imagine if someone puts a deepfake on TV? It's terrifying, because the items that I was supposed to sign were handed to people all over my city. I'm showing it. Let me fucking know. I took pictures of the contract, and you tell me if that's fair. Now, I walk in, and it is a rented house in Brickell, off of the street. Apparently no one there actually works for the company. They are all hired guns. They're just hired. They have no idea who hired them. It was all done through phones or the internet, or they were just told and paid by someone, ? And they showed up to work because they were getting paid a good wage and they were responsible fucking people. So their entire thing was that they were doing research against deepfakes. So what this company is supplying is the content and the people to and any other affiliates that may ever want to buy them. It is AI technology of your face, specifically using you as a base. So let's read the contract, shall we? Materials, which means your face and everything that you give them, your name, your everything. Materials. Thank you for agreeing to provide with photos, video, audio, and other informations and materials that you provide to us, hereafter referred to as materials. This individual release is attached to and incorporated by reference to the Master of Services agreement between you and the materials will be used by our customer, academics, companies, and individuals involved in technology research, development, commercialization, and each of their respective customers, vendors, partners, and affiliates, collectively known as users. To assist in the development of the advancement of software, machine learning models, artificial intelligence algorithms, very fucking vague, too fucking vague, and technology research, your assistance is much appreciated. Materials. During the collection of your materials, you will be asked to provide photographic images, video, audio, and information about yourself. The collection of the materials will require you to do or perform various scenarios. In the identification details that you used to identify you as the person providing the materials, in hereafter referred to as identifying data. This is what they are calling you. I don't want to say that this is what they're calling your information, because it isn't. This is what they're calling you. Everything about you. Because as it goes and continues, identifying data may also contain any personal information, including your gender, age, accent, language that you provide us, metadata, so that Facebook and users, literally fucking everyone else, that receive access to the materials can use the metadata to structure the materials and identify trends and patterns with the data. What kind? Free? No, not free. Although not expected in some individual cases. And now this is the kicker, because this is the entire fucking point of what they're doing, and they are saying, although it's not expected, in some cases, eventual use of the materials may feature or be modified to depict a participant or property in a manner that may be considered offensive, inappropriate, unflattering, or controversial. Does anyone want to be like fucking deepfaked into fucking a pig? Because they could do it now. If you've signed this, I mean, not a pig, because it's not like a human face on a pig. That's going to be a little more advanced, but you know what I mean. Eventually, you know, that's where this weird twisted shit's going. Examples include, without limitation, uses that are sexual, culturally, or in other ways offensive, inappropriate, unflattering, or controversial. If you are in any way concerned about such an issue, then you should withdraw and not submit materials. I walked away. A lot of people didn't. Ownership of video, images, audio, and other content and information. The material shall be deemed works made for hire for accordingly shall be considered the author and owner of the materials at all stages of completion. Owner and author. All rights included but not limited to, all copyrights and all ownership and exploit rights in the materials and the images, video, audio, and other content contained therein in whatever form in which you appear are hereby assigned to us to use by us or our customers throughout the world in all forms of media forever. If under any applicable law, the fact that the materials are a work made for hire is not effective to place you in authority or ownership of the materials and all therein, then you hereby irrevocably assign and transfer to the rights and in connection therein any and all right, title, interest you may have in the materials. So you denounce the fucking right to use what exactly? Your facial expressions, your voice, your face, your age, gender, accent, language. You. They started, and this is what really fucking pissed me off. They started calling agencies to get actors to come in to do the videos after they already did the general public, and these kids sold their visage, their identities for $100 forever to. And anyone else thereafter that wants to buy the research. They're slimy because I realized that they were only ever really able to pay my friend as much as they were able to because it was fucking money. And that's all the money that exists. That's why they throw $100 at you. That's why it's the easiest $100 you'll ever make, because it's the worst decision of your fucking life if you're gonna be in entertainment, or if you don't want your face fucking plastered and used in AI porn or advertisement or anything else. Reading it is one thing, reading it and understanding it is another. And they know that very well. So if you find yourself, on a fucking milk ad when in 20 years and you never get paid for it, well, it's milk, I guess. Or it's, tea or whatever other name that decides to use, because let's be honest, they aren't using their real name. That's not their real name. That's probably a professional moniker. They probably are a different company behind it because they are working in connection with all these things. Who knows? Who knows? Is still doing this slimy fucking mafia shit with information. But this time, he's not just leaving it to you saying yes to your terms of service, which, by the way, the people there were trained to tell me, oh, you probably already agreed to those terms of service on Instagram or something else. Which, to be honest, that's kind of fucking true. If you guys would like me to just read through every motherfucking terms of service, I don't know, or contracts to see how much the big wigs of the internet are actually butt fucking you, let's do that, shall we? Let's fucking see how trapped we really are. All right. So, moving on, you also grant and other users, the highest bidder, the right to use your name, voice, and likeness in connection with the distribution, exhibition, and any other use of the materials. Now, usually people put that to be like, oh, it's for like commercials, like if they do like promotional work about the fact that they were doing, the AI technology, it's going to be a bunch of schools, it's going to be this research program by a university, and all this bullshit. Fucking garbage, because schools don't need to put this shit. They don't. You hereby relinquish any right you have to examine or approve the final use of the images by us or our customers. Okay. Release of claims. Please read carefully. You hereby waive, release, discharge, and hold us and What? I thought it was... Huh? I don't think I noticed this when I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Hold us and any of the users harmless from our liability by virtue of any blurring, distortion, alteration, modification, optical illusion, or use of the materials or other content in composite form, whether international, what the fuck, or otherwise, that may occur or be produced when we or other users use the materials, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, defamation, and violation of public or personal rights. Wow. Everything. I mean, they got everything. You can't say that it was your personal rights or human rights, public rights. You can't say anything because you signed a thing and you received $100. You got paid for it. You got paid for your service, bitch. Fucked. You consent to the materials being changed, copied, edited, modified, added to, taken from, adapted, used intact or in part. Sorry, I didn't understand how. Intact? Oh, I see. Just a piece of it completely out of context or as a whole. Cool. As a composite or distorted in form and or publicly reproduced, distributed, and displayed in any manner or context by us or other users, notwithstanding that such product may amount to derogatory treatment of the materials within the meaning of the relevant law. Okay, so yeah, sorry, that is literally, okay, you waive your rights to the, you waive any rights of attribution, moral rights, rights to integrity or respect. So, they really covered everything. You really can't say they did anything wrong because they wrote it and you signed it. And they're so fucking slimy. And by the way, I'm scared of because I don't really spend time on Facebook. I don't use, but do I have an account? Yeah, I have an account. I've had an account since I was a kid. So I'm sure they have my information. I know Google has my information. Google has my YouTube channel. So if my YouTube channel disappears, whoop, internet. Or that's kind of extra because Google's not involved at all here. Don't come for me, Google. It doesn't say anything about Google here at all. But what I do is get other apps and other accounts, and all of them have this really, really convenient button that says login. So I think I do that all the fucking time, don't you? I do. Don't you? I do. So that means that Facebook, even though I'm not an active user, is still knowing exactly what I'm doing at any time. It continues more or less speaking about that, but you know, I'll just end it on a fair note, which isn't fair at all, but you know, I'll be fair, unlike them. They did put, the identifying data that we gather from you will never be used for any purpose other than our administration and management of the materials and other agreements with you. They agreed to take your fucking soul. What the fuck else is there to do with it, Einstein? What else is there to administer or manage? You got it all. When storing and processing the identifying data, we will ensure that it is always handled in accordance with the applicable data privacy laws. Remember, they made sure that nothing about your privacy was sacred. They're working within the law and within the government, because ultimately, if someone rich enough goes to Big Daddy and says that they want information, he'll sell it. He'll sell it. For more information on the standards we apply, please visit our legal page. And I absolutely encourage you to visit the legal page because maybe I'm crazy. they have a community data privacy notice. So I don't like the look of this. I was inspired to do this because I saw a video called "The Golden Age of the Internet is Over," and it made me very fucking sad. And it's true, it resonates, and I felt I had something to add to the conversation. And that's it. That's the video. So yeah, please share as a public service announcement to just people, because they were doing it here in Florida. I'm pretty sure they're doing it everywhere. And if you've been reached out to by and you've done this and you have some worries, or maybe you are a lawyer, an actual person that knows the law and contracts, and you wanna completely rip up my argument, educate me, because this is fucking terrifying. Deuces, y'all.
Think of the people who have helped you. Man up!
Editing Gabby. By the way, I was gonna edit a bunch, I just want to post it, and I was saying how this motherfucker, like, that's true, this guy has been in the Supreme Court. Like, what? You were in the Supreme Court, you cocksucker. If you're not scared, that means they want you to keep doing what you're doing.